I like to say Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shah, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakaha Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS. And salutations to you brothers out there that's doing this work in truth and sincerity. So I'm going to start off in Psalms 91:1. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. I will say of Yahweh, He is my refuge and my fortress, my power, in Him will I trust. It says, surely He shall deliver thee from the snare of the fowler and from the noisome pestilence. He shall cover thee with His feathers, and under His wings shalt thou trust. His truth shall be thy shield and buckler. Thou shalt not be afraid for the terror by night, nor for the arrows that flieth by day. So ultimately, man, you want to trust in Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah. And the scripture says, pray unto me and I shall deliver you out of all trouble. Right? So you got to pray unto the Lord, and you got to trust that the Lord will deliver you from the hell to come. Because there's many things that's coming, man. There's many things that's taking place and that's coming in the world. You know, one of the things that's coming to the world is famine, right? Drought. So there's going to be a lack of water. There was an article that I did like a month ago. An article that I read a month ago stating that America is have a shortage of water. America as a whole have a shortage of water. Not just Colorado, not just Arizona, New Mexico, but the United States as a whole have a short of water. So there's many things to come, right? You're going to have rioting because of the prices that are increasing, interest rates that are increasing, and the wages are not, the wages isn't, what's the word? The wages are not in balance, are not balanced with the increase in the cost of living. So with all these things taking place, of course you're gonna have what take place in the world, right? And the scriptures tell you, as it is prophesied, that there shall be what? Uproars of the people. Now, why would there be uproars of the people? Why would the people be in the streets protesting? Why would people be in the streets, right, rioting? These things are going to come to a pass very soon. So why is the scripture prophesying of these things taking place? Why is the scriptures talking about these things happening? Because they're going to come. And like I always say, when these things begin to affect families, when they begin to affect the food that's going into your children mouths, that's when people are really going to start reacting, right? So in these times to come, man, you want to be protected by Yahweh Shah. You know, I always bring up that movie, The Book of Eli. When Eli, they wanted Eli's book. And the crazy thing is, man, is that only Eli ultimately was able to read the book, because only the blind could read the book, right? Only those that couldn't see could read the book, because the way they write, you know, articles, magazines, and books, you have to, like, if somebody on Amazon wanted to read let's say a book that's talking about our history or archaeology or whatever, they would have to order the book in order for them to read as a blind person. So Eli was walking around with a book only a blind person could read. Right? So when Eli, in the book of Eli, when he came out of the little bar, right, the barter place, they wanted that book. right? And when he started a fight with them, when they started a fight with him, he was protected. As you can see, when the bullets, when they begin to shoot at him, there's been many times where he could have got put to death, but the Lord protected him. And every time the bullets that could have striked him, those bullets were being hit by like a golden shield, man. Right? If you really pay attention to the movie, so that golden shield that you want to have around you will be what the Lord said. What for? The angels shall encamp around you. When you go into the book of Job, the Lord took that protective shield from Job. That's when the angel, right, was able to perform the things unto Job to test his faith. Right? So you want that hedge around you. You want that protective shield around you in these days. I remember at one point when the brothers, man, I swear, man, I hate driving in front of women. It's like they want to get as close as fucking possible to your damn bumper, man. Salakia, man, not to get off the subject, but you want that protective shield around you in that day, man. You don't want to be messed up out here right along with these people. These people are going to be done away with, man, because why? They don't believe. They don't have hope. They trust in the arm of men. So you want to trust in Yahweh Shah in that day, man. You want to be under his wing. You want to be under his fortress, under his protection. Because neither sword nor shield, like it tells you in Psalms 44:6, neither sword nor shield is going to save you, man. Right? You can't run from what's the judgment that's coming. So like the scripture said, man, it says what? It says, he that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. So you want to abide under the shadow of the Lord when these things begin to happen. Right? Or you're going to meet your faith. And you're going to meet your fate, and that's going to be death. Because if you're not protected, as when Job wasn't protected, Job was stricken with disease and many other things. Job, the Lord had the Spirit touch the family of Job. So when you're not protected by the Lord, right, then you're acceptable to anything. You're acceptable to sickness. You're acceptable to death. And when I say sickness, I'm not talking about a common cold, right? I'm talking about diseases that can actually kill you. Diseases that can really do some damage upon your body, man. Right? Really put you to the test. Right? So when the Lord have the Spirit touch you, man, right? And whatever the Lord command the Spirit to do, it's gonna be done. And in that day, you're gonna see if you're really of the elect, of the chosen, right? And even if you do, you know, if your spirit do leave your body and go into the Most High, you in this truth, hey, it's better to go out like that than to go out being in the world, man. Because, you know, the scriptures talk about what? Martyrs in that day. Men that's going to die for this truth. So not every time, if a man of the Lord pass away, it doesn't mean that he a demon. It means, you know, it's his time. He died in the truth. He died pushing his word. Right? But at the end of the day, you wanna push for that faith. You wanna push for that trust. You wanna push to be under the shadow of Yahweh Shah. Man, there's things that's happening, man. Like if you know, when you really paying attention, when you really seeing what's happening, man, we really at the end, bro. We are really at the end of this place. The Lord is stripping his enemies of their power. He is stripping the wicked of their power, man. And that's why the scriptures talk about what? In Revelations the 12th chapter, right? These devils coming down, right? Because they know they have but a short time. And these devils, they really gonna get crazy, man. They really gonna get out of hand. The Lord is gonna release them off that leash. So at the end of the day, man, you want to build up your faith. You want to build up your trust with the Lord. And believe not in the power of men, because the power of men isn't going to get you delivered out of the things that's going to come to the world. But what's, Lord willing, what's going to get you delivered is the spirit and the power of Yahweh Shah. So let's keep going. I will say unto Yahweh, he is my refuge and my fortress, my power, and him will I trust. Say, you better be like a child. You know when it yeah, you better be like a child. You know when a child, when they set up their fortress, they feel like they're protected, man. A child would do what, man? They would like put pillows around themselves, call it a fortress, right? Or a child would put like a blanket over their bed and hide under their bed, because why? They feel safe. They feel protected. So you want to put, if you want to feel the same way, then do the same thing, man. In a spiritual aspect, let the Lord cover you with his wings. Let the Lord cover you with his shadow. Trust in the Lord, man. You know, I said it in I believe the video that I said this morning, that I posted this morning. I said, you know, you could get a survival bag. You could get survival gear. But at the end of the day, you want to have faith in the Lord, man. At the end of the day, you want the Lord to be your protection. You know, if you have to dwell out here in the world when these things begin to happen, and you can't access water, food, or, you know, something to put over your head, have faith in the Lord that he's gonna bring that upon you, man. Have faith in the Lord that he's gonna, you know, put you in the path, right? Like if you watch that one movie, what is that movie called? It was on Netflix, man. Oh fuck, I forget what it was called, man. You know, when the lights went out, right? And the little girl, leave the world behind. Leave the world behind. When the little girl, she went down in she was the only one listening to the signs. She was the only one actually paying attention to the animals, right? To the signs, the sounds. And I believe that the deer, if I'm not mistaken, I believe the deer led her to that house. And when she went into the house, I remember somewhere in the beginning of the video, the guy said, look, you know, you guys need to find somewhere to hide, get into a bunker. And he mentioned he mentioned a family's name that they were building a bunker, and he was telling them to go to that bunker. The girl, the spirit ended up, well, you know, the animals or something, the sounds and things ended up leading her to that bunker, and look what was in it. She had food, right? She had things to keep her distracted, right? She had water, everything she needed to last for some time. It was in that bunker, man. And the spiritual aspect, which I remember, that was a brother, you know, that was a brother one time going into it when we was at his house one time, and he was going into it, man. And he had brothers looking at it in a whole different perspective, and I was like, damn, that was deep. That was deep, man. And yeah, man, it's real spiritual, because look, if the Lord is guiding you, if the Lord is guiding you, man, he's gonna guide you somewhere where you're not in the midst of all this shit that was going on. And in the Leave the World Behind movie on Netflix, the two girls that was, when they were close to the house, when she was looking for her daughter, they looked out towards the city, and the city was on fire. The smoke was going up, destruction was happening. Why? Because people were freaking out. People were freaking out, and then you have the what I call them, I call them the dwellers, man. The guys that's ready to riot and cause destruction and rape and do all that shit. These are the dwellers, man. And in that city, you could tell these are that is what was going on within that city when these two girls was looking towards that city or the town or whatever you want to call it. They saw fire coming up. They saw smoke coming up from the cities, because people was it was lawless at that point. And there was videos, man, crazy videos, not just of, brothers, Hebrew Israelites making videos on the Leave the World Behind movie, but there was people asking questions about that movie. And people were saying, like, what was up with that movie that Obama and them put together? Why are they talking about the lights going out? Why are they talking about, why they got this in a movie, and what's going on, and what's the sounds? Like, people were asking questions about that movie, man. Because now you got, and like I say, you got a small amount of people that's actually paying attention. Small amount of people that's actually seeing things happening, things take place. And they're asking questions. What's up with this? What's up with that? Why are these strange ass movies coming out about economic crash? Right? So people are finally asking questions. And the thing is, if you're not doing what the Lord requires you to do, then how can you expect for the Lord to be a fortress unto you in that day, man? Because what is a fortress? A fortress is to defend. A fortress is a defense system. When you have a fortress isn't something that you just build with bricks and then you look over into a tower just to see what the fuck is going on. No, when you have a fortress, there's a fortress. There's soldiers up there that have arrows. You have cannonballs, right? Some have on one of the sides or on both sides, they have like oil set up, and they would dip their arrows in oil, and then they would put their arrows in fire, and then they would shoot the arrows off. So a fortress is set up for a defense for the people. So if you're inside of the Lord's fortress, then you're going to be protected by these weapons of war, spiritually speaking. I'm not talking about carnally speaking, right? Spiritually speaking. And the Lord going to have the angels protecting you, man, protecting you from the evils to come. So you want to have faith in Yahweh Shem Yahushua, that's going to be what it is. So it says, surely he shall deliver thee from the snares of the fowler, and from the noosome pestilence. He shall cover thee with his feathers, and under his wings shalt thou trust. His truth shall be thy shield and buckler. Well, what is the truth? The truth is Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushua. Yahushua said what? I am the truth and the light. And anyone come to the Father must come through me. Right? And with that truth also is the keeping of the commandments. Right? Is the keeping of the commandments. So it's not just only believing in Yahushua, you also got to keep the commandments. Rehearse the righteous acts. It's not just believing and keeping the law, but you also got to believe in Yahushua, because they're two in one coin, man. Right? So the scripture says, Thou shalt not be afraid for the terror by night, nor for the arrow that lieth by day, nor for the pestilence that wasteth at noonday. It says, Salakia, bear with me for a second. It says, 1,000 shall fall at thy side. Now, this is going into what? Let's keep reading. 1,000 shall fall at thy side, and 10,000 at thy right hand, but it shall not come thee. So, you're going to see a lot of things take place in the world, man. You're going to see a lot of death, a lot of pain. You're going to hear a lot of screaming. But if the Lord is protecting you, man, Lord willing, you don't get touched by the evils to come. So you got to have faith, man, and you got to have belief that the Lord is going to protect you from the evils to come to this world, because, the scripture I always like going to is Ezekiel 7:4. The scripture says, evil time shall come, the end is here. Evil time shall come. When you go into that word evil, right? That word evil can mean wickedness, and that word evil also means bad times. And we're approaching those times. You got women on TikTok crying because they can't pay their bills. You got women right now looking for men to help them pay bills. That independent shit is going right out the window. And I remember watching what's that, Fresh and Fit? Them guys said what? They said you women are gonna go back into your roles as women when things start getting bad. And guess what? That's exactly what happens. Women start getting back in that state of mind as, I need a man to protect me, right? And these times to come, because a man shall be a shield for a woman in that day. And the Lord willing, Lord willing, the Lord shall be a shield and a sword for how can I say that? For particular men. Not all men, but particular men, certain men in that day. Right? So it says, right, but it shall not come nigh thee. Only with thine eyes shall thou behold and see the reward of the wicked. Because thou hast made Yahweh, which is my refuge, even the Most High, thy habitation. It says, therefore, no evil befall thee. There you go. But other than that, I like to say Barak Atah Yahweh, Barak Atah Yahweh Shah, Barak Atah Yahweh, Barak Atah Yahweh Shah, Bahashem Rakah HaKodash, and I like to say Shalom.